Hello everyone and welcome to my F1 2014 career mode season. As you can see, I selected my rival. It was Felipe Massa, and today we're at the Marina Bay circuit for the Singapore Grand Prix. This is round 14, and there you go, there's a confirmation on screen from the last race where I took my first ever win in the career mode championship. And yes, that word's going to come out again. Fantastic. Okay, so as we see the luxurious big wheel, as we used to call it in the old days, probably called an eye now, and we get into our cockpit and the boys put on the belts and our steering wheel, because it's time not for qualifying, but no, it's time for an R&D development test, and there's it is on screen. Oh, I've got to stay on the racing line. Well, that shouldn't be too difficult, so let's see how we do. Just coming around the final few corners before the start and finish straight. At the moment I'm 97.4% within the racing line, so we should be able to achieve this really easily. I don't quite see what the point of it is, but there we go. So we crossed the line and we've passed the R&D objective. So now it's time for qualifying, so we get back into our cockpit yet again, and yet again the boys put on the seatbelts and the steering wheel, and it's off we go for qualifying. First session, Singapore. Yes, and as you can see by the green band round the tyres, it's raining, and Dave just cannot get to grip with this game in the rain. I'm already down to 19th position, and this is only the first session. Wow, this could turn out to be a disaster. As the boys push us back into the garage, and there you go, I ended up last on the grid. This is like the career mode that Alex Zafra is currently doing, only he's deliberately starting from last. Yeah. Okay, let's move on now and look at the strategy to try and cheer ourselves up. Oh look, it's our standard option, prime option. Lovely jubbly. Okay, time for the race.
I never
And as the music fades, well, we've managed to make it up from 22nd position to 4th place. What a performance! And Nico Rosberg is in front of us with Fernando Alonso behind us. We're on lap 3 out of 31. This is a 50% race as we accelerate forward now to lap 10. And oh my goodness, we've got them all up me chuffed to woofers. But it doesn't matter now because we're going into the pit lane anyway. This is our first pit stop. And we'll be changing on to the prime tyres, the harder tyres. We just look in our rear view mirror there and you can see there's a Ferrari behind us. That's obviously Kimi Räikkönen, the Iceman. As we make our stop now, as you can see the tyres were pretty worn, so we change on to the prime. Slight little delay there, but nothing too serious. We're currently in 5th position with Mr. Räikkönen right behind us. But oh dear, look at the mini-map. There's lots of cars coming down the start-finish straight. I think we're going to lose quite a few positions here. Yes, we are. Look, we're already down to 8th place. Well, what happened there? And it's even worse. I've got marbles on my tyres now because I just come off the racing line there as I come out of the pits. So we'll have to scrub that off as we come round this corner. And we accelerate forward now to lap 20. I've managed to make it up to 7th position with Perez in front of me. And I've binned it! I've binned it. I went too wide into the marbles and I've binned it in the wall. I've lost some of my front wing end plate there. Yes, massive impact. If that had been realistic damage, that would have been strawberry jam by now. And look at this, I've got a red ball coming into my side. Yes, he has, and he's done some damage and he's spinning. I think that's Daniel Ricciardo. Oh dear, I think he just followed me into that accident, which is very common, but I've still made it into 7th position now, and as you can see some of the wing has gone, but I am persevering on with Valtteri Bottas in the Williams now behind me. We're on lap 20 out of 31. I accelerate forward down to lap 21. You can see Ricciardo and I think it's Räikkönen are having a right old ding-dong battle behind me. But we are carrying on and persevering on lap 21 out of 31 as we accelerate forward now to lap 23, and it's time for our second pit stop. And oh dear, I've jumped out of the pit lane entrance but back in again. It's a very tight entrance in Singapore. At the moment I'm still in 8th position with my teammate Jenson Button behind me. This is now the second stop where we'll go back to the option tyres. But is that Button behind me? I do believe it is. Let's look in the rearview mirror. Yes, it is. So he's had to stack behind me. We've both come in on the same lap. Oh dear. So I'm currently in 9th position, but there's cars still passing me down the start-finish straight. This is a disaster. I'm now down to 10th position with Pastor Maldonado, as he likes to be called, now behind me. Oh no, it's Valtteri Bottas, and yet again I've got marbles on my tyres as I come out of the pit lane. As we accelerate forward down to lap 24, and I've got the blue flag, and Vettel's gone past me into lap 25 now, and someone else, I think that's Massa trying now. Of course, he's now my rival. Wow, this is going to be a disastrous turnout. Down to 10th position as we accelerate forward now to lap 29, and I've managed to make it up to 9th place. And look at that, I've auto spun on the curb. Wow, and look at it's all going wrong now. Let's look at that in the replay. Just come down to the curb here, and yes, around she goes. I was heading off to the barrier there, but I did manage to cut back in again. So we accelerate forward now to lap 29, and I'm really mad now as I go past Valtteri Bottas in the Williams. And I managed to actually get into the points, just 1 point in this race at the moment, with Daniel Ricciardo in front of me. And yes, it's now the last lap of the race, and it's already been won, and I'm getting a blue flag right in the last dying corners of the race, but we're not going to worry about that. I'm just going to cross the line in my current position, which is going to be 10th. Not a good performance at Singapore, but it's not a track I enjoy anyway, so I gave it a good go. There you go, 10th position. Jenson Button was in 13th, but the serious bad news is Felipe Massa, the rival that I selected, was 3rd. Now, is it just me, or does whenever you select the rival their performance automatically seem to increase tenfold? Maybe just me, I don't know. But there you go, 10th position. Jenson Button came 13th. But in the championship standings, I'm currently in 6th position, ahead of Felipe Massa with 118 points. Oh, and I'm getting congratulations from the boys there. Don't really see what the congratulations for 10th position is, but there you go. I'll take all the congratulations I can get. Yes, thank you, boys. Yes, yeah, it was a good race. Yeah, I did quite well. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. There will be more to come very soon.